it's been a journey that started in 2019 where we partnered with Chipu when they went to the Junior World Rugby Trophy in Brazil. And the investment in the sport has really grown in terms of the partnership between us and the Kenya Rugby Union. I think for us as a company is very important that it's not just an investment, but our dedication to the society to transform rugby in this country and to make sure that our national sports are a team of international repeat. And we are hopeful that in this sponsorship announcement and this partnership that the Simbas are going to be able to qualify for the Rugby World Cup scheduled for next year in France, and put Kenya on the global map in terms of the big rugby giants. So for us it's indeed an honor, and we thank so much the KRU for the support and for working with us. And hopefully we can keep on growing this partnership together with the Kenya Rugby Union. Data, Saiso listed and the Hildana Lodge and of course we also welcome all members of the country, members from outside Kenya to just come and visit, and of course also promote the Kenya Rugby Union.
I think as the head coach of this side, it's really humbling when people make a commitment to support them. Last week when we were naming the team, and they're a group of committed friends of the game of rugby, chaired by Dickie Evans, and their commitment has been that Kenya qualifies for the World Cup. In fact, they've said that we need to get to the quarterfinals of the World Cup, which is a whole other story altogether. But these are very committed people who are always willing to support the team. And mine is to thank Philip, the Kiriazi family and the Friends of Simbas under the chairmanship of Dickie Evans for the support that they are giving the Simbas team. At the end of the day, as I've told many who come for functions such as this, when you support the Simbas, you're supporting families in the country, supporting the young men who they feed, supporting them with whatever means that they're getting. You're also supporting Kenya because when you from Kenya, because then these young men become people who are respected across the country. We are heading to the qualifiers for the first time ever. It will not be easy. Starting with the quarterfinal against Uganda on Saturday. But we are confident and we're very clear that if we do play according to how we prepared, for those who came and watched the Leopards and the Igbo Kings matches, I think you're very aware that this team has the ability to compete against the best teams of the continent. So we'll be off in a few hours. What you can be assured of is that the boys are going to give everything on the field in their quest not only to bring pride to themselves, but also to honor those who have sacrificed to support them through this sponsorship by Hildana and through others who are making contributions to the M-Chanda. Just to thank all of you, assure you that the team is prepared, that they're going to give their all, and in about 14 days we're going to look back with great pride at the effort of this year. So thank you very much. Actually, it's very lean. You'll find some other teams have 12, 10, 18 members of staff. Some teams have 3 analysts. So us, we just have our one who doesn't sleep. But basically, we can then go with about 7 or 8 of us, which makes a big difference because the players are also used to them. They're very comfortable because each member of the management team brings something different, both on and off the field. So those little bits all add up.
How are you feeling about that?
The same, the seriousness with the players and training and the management is exactly the same. So we're taking this match very seriously. Because at the end of the day, if we lose this game, we're out of the World Cup.
So are you under pressure?
Of course. Coaching a national team is about pressure. Playing in a national team is about pressure. If you can't deal with the pressure at this level, it's very difficult to coach or to play. And I am under pressure. But it comes to the territory. But it's not like coaching a club side. This is the reputation of the country.
People already dismissed, very many people already dismissed Uganda. They're seeing you meeting in Namibia and Spain. What is your take on that?
That's foolish. To dismiss Uganda is foolish at the moment. I mean, they're going to qualify. They've done what they needed to do. Quietly, they've been building, working everything out through whatever resources they have. To dismiss Uganda would be a very bad idea. And not the players or myself or any of my management team are going to fall into that. Fans, of course, are allowed to because they're emotional. And then they want to see their team in the final and to qualify. We have to be a bit more level-headed, and we have to be very clear that we are approaching the game from a rugby perspective, and we respect all our opponents. Uganda is a team we also have a great respect. So we can't see ourselves playing against Namibia. We can't even get ahead of ourselves. Let's complete the Uganda assignment, and we look ahead to the next assignment where we're going to play, and let's see who's in the final, and we can deal with that game by game.
I love all the national teams, John. I'm very dedicated to all of them. And good morning, ladies and gentlemen, my colleagues on the board, Taloni, John Kilent, head coach, Paul, Jimmy. Today is a momentous day for us as Kenya Rugby Union because we're sending out a group of men who are going out there to carry the flag in a very, very difficult competition out in BC. I believe they are ready. Those young men work very hard. They're very committed. We've had no dispute issues. And their eyes are on the prize. They're very humble. They're very passionate. They will make Kenyans proud. Taita Sisal Estates and Hildana Lodge for this sponsorship. It's been a very difficult journey. So far we've spent over 50 million to get ready. So we will qualify. I just want to thank Taita Sisal Estates for coming through for this final leg. Without them, it's been a very difficult sport. Very difficult. Can't pay allowances, can't take the extra money because we are not catered for. Can't pay for the insurance. So this money goes to real expenses that the team needs. I also really want to say that I'm very grateful for the friends of Simbas. They've been with us since 2019, as Paul mentioned, under the chairmanship of Simbas. I must also mention that when there are concerns, we must look to address those concerns head on. And one of the things we did with the Friends of Simbas from a very early day was to set up a system of accountability. And there's a specific account, which is a carrier account, to which all this money is coming, and into which we have trustees who also, in addition to the board, look after the money. So you can be assured as Kenyans who have contributed through the pay bill that your money is safe, and we encourage you to continue to support the Simbas. The real cost is quite significant, but we are very grateful. There have been contributions of significant sums, and all this goes to help the national team and for the Simbas to qualify. Let's also make a plan to patronize Hildana Lodge as the rugby fraternity. Everywhere we've gone, people have felt the might of the Kenya rugby community, not just here. Even if you go to the US, to Vegas, wherever, they know that the Kenyans are here. So let's do the same to Hildana, so that when they look back and say, we put in 10 million to support rugby, but we got good return. And you can see even from the pictures of their marketing material, it's a fantastic location. Maybe qualify with other additions there. I hope that they also take the boys there to experience the wild, because you go to Mombasa about, but not everyone has the opportunity to go. But I'm just so excited about this moment, and just to use the opportunity also to reach out. A lot of corporates have also been calling to find out what more they can do. We have a very big campaign ahead of us, and even for this one, we still have opportunities for people to be involved in the team. Hildana Lodge will be on the front of the shot. So we still have the back of the shot, we still have the shots. We can do many things around this, which will then maximize the commercial opportunity. I also want to mention that our broadcast partner, K24, will be beaming the games through their different platforms. And we have a full schedule confirming which ones will be on live to air, but all of them will certainly be on digital. Probably the Kenya games will be on free to air, so that Kenyans from across the world can witness this historic opportunity. I also want to appeal to the Kenyans who are here. I do know quite a number have made a plan to travel to Marseille. You're most welcome. The team really appreciates the support. There are a lot of Kenyans in the diaspora. Every time we played in France on the 7th, we had a very big following. People from the UK, people from France, people from Germany. Please come across and support the Simbas. So I'm very pleased, equally very humble, but very excited, because I think that our rugby will never be the same again. A big thank you to Philip Kiriazi and the whole Tita Eastern's family for standing with us, and we really, really appreciate this gesture. I also want to mention that, again, more for corporates who are looking to come in, the government did set up a scheme around the tax rebates, and this is very important. And we as the board will continue to work with sponsors to ensure that they're able to get the tax benefit that the law allows them to. We shouldn't be having discussion. It's all for the good of the team going into this qualification.
Why the late cry? Why? Because you heard all this and the government told the indication that they might not come on board after you said after they really were happy the last 2 years. Why so late?
Ayumba, have you ever raised money? Please go out from the streets and try and raise money. It's not easy. It's not easy. It's been a very tough economic environment, even in Kenya. Many companies are hurting. I think you saw the letter from the ministry. I won't talk much about it. So everyone is hurting. And that's why it's such a great sacrifice when someone comes and supports the venture. So let's not look at what did happen. Let's look at what has happened. That in the midst of all this, Kenya Rugby Union and all its friends have been able to invest over 50 million for the Simbas campaign. To me, that's the news. It's never happened before, ever. So don't look at the negative. 2, crowdfunding is alive and well in the world. I don't know why people feel we should be ashamed that it may teach Arambe. Crowdfunding is there. It happens globally. Companies raise contributions. President Obama's campaign was built by people donating $1. He acted like Kenyans are the first president of Kenya. So there's no shame. Ayumba, we are not ashamed to ask for money. And we'll continue to raise money even after this year. For the World Cup, we need $2 million. $2 million. We need it. This is where we are going. Any other questions? Eric, please direct that question to the minister. I cannot answer on their behalf, but I must say, government has supported Kenya Rugby. Yeah, a lot.
But not on their own need.
We have.
This is the time they should be coming in.
Government has supported Kenya Rugby. If we saw last year, we reported we got support of over 150 million. If there was no government, we would not be able to host birthdays. Safari Sevens last year, remember there were no spectators, even the traditional sponsors didn't come. The Kenya Sevens had a very good campaign. We did a lot of training camps, going to Spain, going to Dubai. So let's not just bash the government, because obviously the circumstances. Let's look and see what they've done. think the sports fund has done commendably well for the sports federations. I'm sure when they release who has gotten what, it will be clear and obvious. Yeah. Also remember, it's at the end of the financial year for the government, so those things, your budget, you exhaust it. And the government has been supportive of sports.
Things have changed, players have learned a lot, even management have learned a lot, and we know everything is going to be in a positive side of our side.
Uganda, the product is going to this year. I mean, how prepared are you, and what are your strong points, and how do you intend to handle Uganda?
Okay, we are not going to face the opera, we are going to face Uganda as a team. So, us as a team, we are going to play as a unit, and we shall capitalize on what we have been doing behind the scene, our set pieces. So, if our set pieces will be working, then everything running in place, and stick on our structure and game plan.
Like you said, I think personally it's quite interesting and exciting as well. Last time I played with Simbas was just a bit. I think, like I said, pretty excited. Like I said, last time I played for the Simbas was in 2018, the repechage. I think just coming back and getting another call-up, another opportunity to be able to fight going to the World Cup, it's pretty exciting as well. I think, and for the boys as well, it's quite a good team. I think for all the teams that have been involved with this is quite special, quite different. You can see the blend of the youths and the experienced guys is quite lovely and exciting as well. So for me, I would say it's really nice. Of course, focus on the first game. We're hoping to build on the momentum as we continue towards the tournament.
At this point, we're taking the final two questions, so we can release the team to continue their activities. So, any takers for the last two questions?
Polo, 2014, when you came in last time, people cried. Are we going to cry? Qualifying, something like they need. Disappointment, tears of joy.
I think, like you mentioned, 2014 was quite different. You were faced with a situation that probably no one in the team was ever faced with. I think, like I said, I think now we have like the four guys who are there, and I think we spoke about it yesterday in the meeting about certain situations. I think all we need to do is just focus on what we can control, and also know a game at a time. But I can say, I think one of our biggest downfall in 2014 after the first game, I think everybody knew we were inside. So even the fans were emotional, everybody, guys were retired, wanted to come back. But I think for us, for this assignment, we just have to focus on one game and build on the momentum. So now all our minds are in Uganda.
Playing in South Africa was very big and very instrumental. When you remember how the crowds in South Africa were, do you think mentally you're now prepared for those kind of crowds in France now?
Yeah, definitely. I think as you can see, look at the last two games where the team played here at home. I think you can tell that there's a big difference in just going down in South Africa and playing in the Currie Cup. Really help the boys also, I think, get the exposure and the experience, and also how to handle such matches. I think for us going into France, it wouldn't be any different. For us, we just have to focus on what we need to do on the field.